Coming in at 10, Andrew Lincoln. The Walking Dead's Rick Grimes was a fan favourite from episode 1 of the popular AMC show about the undead. But little did most fans know that Rick Grimes, played by Andrew Lincoln, was actually British, with his fairly strong southern accent being almost completely flawless throughout the entirety of the show. However, if you remember a little movie called Love Actually, you will remember Andrew Lincoln as the lovesick best friend who adorably confesses his feelings to Keira Knightley with cue cards and a boombox. Yep, that is his native accent, and that is also the film that arguably shot him into superstardom. Coming in at 9, Charlie Hunnam. Oh, Charlie Hunnam. He had to be on our list because his accent is utterly baffling. And why is that? Because he's British, yet can't even seem to nail his own accent. Most will know this actor from the hit series Sons of Anarchy, where he played Jackson Jax Teller, the vice president of a gangster motorcycle club. However, prior to this, his breakout role was on Queer as Folk, a British television series that chronicled the lives of 3 gay men living in Manchester. However, a very interesting nugget of information for you Hunnam fans out there: Charlie was born in Newcastle to a legitimate gangster, making his role in Sons of Anarchy incredibly fitting and quite terrifying. Coming in at 8, Rosamund Pike. For a lot of North American fans, prior to the release of Gone Girl, Rosamund Pike was relatively unknown. So, as you would expect, many just assumed she was American when they saw her on the big screen alongside Ben Affleck. However, they were very, very wrong. Rosamund Pike is, of course, a Brit born in London town, and began her acting career on stage in productions like Romeo and Juliet. She has also starred in some huge films back in my motherland, including Pride and Prejudice and Die Another Day. Coming in at 7, Aaron Taylor-Johnson. For most, Aaron Taylor-Johnson first appeared on their screens in the action comedy Kick-Ass back in 2010. In which Aaron played Dave Lazuski, an unnoticed high school kid who decides to become a superhero. It's fun and gory and incredibly crude, but we all loved it, and it shot Aaron into superstardom. However, it came as a shock to a lot of people to discover this actor was actually British. That's right, he was born in High Wycombe, Buckinghamshire back in 1990, and even starred in a handful of British TV shows and movies before hitting the big leagues in the States, with the actor going on to star in Avengers Age of Ultron, Nocturnal Animals, and A Million Little Pieces. Coming in at 6, Naomi Watts. Now, you may think me crazy for putting Naomi Watts on this list, but don't hate, just listen. Even I myself thought Naomi Watts was Aussie through and through, but I too was wrong. Naomi was actually born in Shoreham, Kent, before moving to Australia later on in life. It wasn't until then that she began acting on shows like Home and Away, Brides of Christ, and Hey Dad. The actress eventually moved to the States in the 90s, which is when she began to star in big American-made films like Tank Girl, Mulholland Drive, The Ring, and much, much more. However, for a long period of time, Naomi didn't enjoy her newfound success or Americanized lifestyle. I quote, "There was a time I was very much blaming the way I felt on LA, that it was a vacuum of creativity, of humor or anything organic, and I was really angry at the place. But then today I feel completely different. I love LA." Coming in at 5, Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy is one of the best actors of our generation. Fact. He is so good in fact that no one quite knows where he's from, simply because he nails every single accent he is required to do for a part. His breakout role in the States was of course in Christopher Nolan's Inception, alongside Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Leonardo DiCaprio, before he went on to team up with Nolan again in The Dark Knight Rises, with the actor taking on the role of Bane. In the vast majority of his films he does an exceptional American accent, but did you know Tom was actually born in Hammersmith, London? Well, OG fans of the actor will. If you've ever seen Bronson or Layer Cake, you will know that Hardy has an incredibly thick London accent. The more you know. Coming in at 4, Christian Bale. This may come as a shock to a lot of you, but perhaps not our older viewers out there who would remember Christian Bale in the classic film Empire of the Sun, released all the way back in 1987. If you knew of this film, you would also know that Christian Bale is very, very British. More interesting still, the actor was born in Wales, but does not consider himself Welsh, with he himself stating that he's English. On screen, it is incredibly difficult to tell that Bale is from Britain, with the actor nailing any and every accent he is required to do. However, did you know the actor almost called it quits on the film industry right at the very beginning? Remember Empire of the Sun? Yeah, well, looking back on that moment in his life, Bale stated, I quote, "I enjoyed making the film, but I was shocked when I received all the attention when I got home to Bournemouth. Girls were all over me, boys wanted to fight me, and I was being asked to open local theatres when all I wanted to do was ride my BMX bike in the woods. words. I told my parents I wasn't interested in doing anything again because the attention ruined it. Well, I think we're all glad he changed his mind, with the actor going on to win an Academy Award for his role in the 2011 drama The Fighter. Coming in at 3, Tom Holland. Of course, Spider-Man himself has to make an appearance. For a lot of people, Tom Holland is only just coming to their attention now thanks to the MCU, with the actor first appearing as Spider-Man in the Marvel movie Captain America Civil War, before going on to build his own legacy in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. However, it came as a shock to some people to discover that Tom is actually British. The actor was born on June 1st, 1996 in Kingston upon Thames, and prior to Marvel, starred in a handful of movies. His breakout role, however, was as Lucas in the 2012 drama The Impossible, where he played the son of Naomi Watts and Ewan McGregor during the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami. He was absolutely incredible and completely stole the limelight from Watts and McGregor. Check it out if you haven't. Coming in at number 2, Daniel Kaluuya. This Academy Award nominated actor shot to fame when he starred in the smash hit 2017 film Get Out, directed by Jordan Peele. It seemed to most that he came out of nowhere, completely blowing everyone away in the process. However, Daniel has been on the scene for a long time prior to Get Out, with the British actor who was born in London starring in things like Skins, Doctor Who, Babylon and Silent Witness. Yep, this actor for the most part was ever present in my life growing up in the UK, appearing in so many of my favourite shows, and now in 2019 he's one of the most sought after actors in the industry. Good on you, Daniel. And finally, in at number 1, Gillian Anderson. Honestly, there is no other person we could put at number 1, simply because Gillian Anderson is a complete and utter enigma. Most will be familiar with this actress from the fan favourite sci-fi series The X-Files, where she played Agent Scully. Now, the actress was born in Chicago but raised in London, and what makes her an enigma, like I said previously, is that she's bidialectical, which means she is capable of using 2 dialects of a language depending on her location. AKA, when she's in the States, she speaks in an American accent, and when she's in the UK, she speaks in an English accent. And both accents are flawless, which only adds to people's confusion. Throughout her long career, she has been able to effortlessly slip in and out of accents, which has proved to be a helpful skill, with the actress still appearing on our big screen and small screens. Things like Sex Education, The Crown, and of course the most recent seasons of The X-Files that were released in 2016 and came to an end in 2018. Coming in at 10, Idris Elba.
You smart, man, I could see that. I wanted you to choose somewhere safe for us to speak, but goddamn.
For most, the first they saw of Idris Elba was way back when he starred in the gritty crime drama The Wire. For those who watched the show would be utterly shocked to discover that Idris is in fact British, the actor born and raised in London proper. The actor attended the National Youth Theatre, where he received a grant from the Prince's Trust. However, for some, they knew all along, with the actor hitting the big leagues when he starred in the hit show Luther, where Idris played DCI John Luther, a British detective on the case of a series of murders around London. Now, for those that aren't familiar with the actor, Idris has also appeared in Thor as Heimdall, Molly's Game, The Dark Tower and Star Trek. The actor does such a good American accent, he's replacing Will Smith in the Suicide Squad remake, with Idris taking on the role of Deadshot. Shots fired. Coming in at 9, Kim Cattrall.
Yeah, we got cut off. Look, I need to get him 3 VIP seats, and...
Look at you! Look at you eating your pesto!
Most people will know Kim Cattrall from her smash hit TV series Sex and the City, which ran from 1998 to 2004, with the actress playing the fan favourite character Samantha Jones, alongside Sarah Jessica Parker, Kristen Davis and Cynthia Nixon. It appears to most that Kim is a New Yorker through and through, however this is not the case. She was actually born in Liverpool, England, before moving with her family to Canada. However, Kim returned to the UK at the age of 11 to train at the Academy of Music and Dramatic Arts, and not long after, the actress landed a contract with Universal Pictures, during which time she was able to perfect her American accent that we hear in most of her movie roles, including Sex and the City and Mannequin. Coming in at 8, Ruth Wilson.
No, I can't. If Cole finds you out here, he'll...
What?
I'm sorry, I have to go. I can't.
Allison.
Ruth Wilson is one of those actors that pops up in a crop load of films, yet you can't quite remember her name or where you first saw her. Yet she is perhaps one of the greatest actors to hail from the UK. Born and raised in Surrey, Ruth first hit our screens when she appeared as Jane Eyre in the TV miniseries of the same name, before going on to star in Anna Karenina, The Lone Ranger and Saving Mr. Banks. However, most will know her as Alice Morgan from the hit hit British crime drama Luther, where she stars alongside our number 10 Idris Elba. Now Ruth is sneaky, with the actress capable of nailing most accents and dialects, specifically American, which she shows off in the Showtime series The Affair. In more recent news, you'll be able to find Ruth starring as Marissa in the highly anticipated TV series His Dark Materials, which is currently in post-production. Coming in at 7, Rebecca Hall.
A few days ago, my bank was robbed. 4 men took it over and opened the safe. They took me as a hostage.
We always forget about Rebecca Hall. I mean, honestly, I forgot. I even put her on my list until I almost filmed this with nothing written for this number. Anyway, I digress. This isn't about my dislike for Rebecca Hall or her subpar acting abilities, but instead her heritage. Rebecca Hall was born and raised in London, England, and gained a lot of attention when she starred in the 2006 drama The Prestige alongside Hugh Jackman and Christian Bale. However, most Americans will know her from Christine, The Gift, and of course, The Town, where she starred alongside Ben Affleck. The actress absolutely nails the American accent, and the fact that her mother is an American I'm sure certainly helps. I mean, I did love The Town and The Prestige, so I'll give her that, but we're still not on great terms. Coming in at 6, Andrew Garfield.
Okay, I gotta tell you this one thing, and it's about the vigilante and the car thief, alright?
Oh, okay.
Oh, Andrew Garfield. Most know him as the Spider-Man that once was, before he was kicked to the curb and replaced by a superior Brit, Tom Holland. But we're not talking about Spider-Man with this number, we're talking about his heritage. Andrew Garfield was born in LA to a British-born mother and an American-born father before moving at the age of 3 to Surrey, UK, where he went on to study acting at the Central School of Speech and Drama. His professional career debut was on the Channel 14 series Sugar Rush, which I was obsessed with, before he went on to nab a handful of roles that garnered him a lot of attention, including Boy A, The Other Boleyn Girl, The Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus, and Never Let Me Go. Now, as much as I hated his depiction of the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, many loved it, proving this Brit deserves to shine in the Hollywood spotlight. Just not as an Avenger, just saying. Coming in at 5, Jamie Dornan.
It bounced. There's no Anastasia Gray at SIP.
I know. Anna Steele is the name I use at work.
Jamie Dornan shot to fame when he landed the highly sought after role of Christian Grey in 50 Shades of Grey, a role which saw the actor engaging in some relatively explicit BDSM acts. The role had the actor doing an American accent, and for those from America, they were quick to point out that this was not his native accent. So where exactly is Jamie from? Well, he is actually from Belfast, Ireland, and he began his long and successful career in the British entertainment industry, starring in projects like The Fall alongside Gillian Anderson, Marie Antoinette, and then of course Once Upon a Time, which most American fans know him from, where he played Sheriff Graham Humbert and the Huntsman. Coming in at 4, Hugh Dancy.
That was my mother. Never knew her.
An interesting place to start.
Tell me about your mother. Let's start there.
Hugh Dancy was one of the UK's most noted young talents when he was first making himself known in the entertainment industry, with the actor starring in works such as King Arthur, The Jane Austen Book Club, Adam and Martha Marcy May Marlene. Hugh was born and raised in Staffordshire, England, yet still it seems many people don't know that. For most, Hugh Dancy is Will Graham in the Hannibal TV series, a role which required him to do an American accent, an accent that he absolutely nails. Not to mention he is married to Claire Danes, which makes everything just a little bit more confusing. Not because she's American, just because I don't like her. Coming in at 3, Carey Mulligan.
Is all this made entirely from your own imagination?
No. See, you were there all along.
Carey Mulligan is perhaps as British as they come, being born and raised in the heart of London, Westminster, with the actress first hitting the big screen when she starred in Pride and Prejudice back in 2005 alongside Keira Knightley, Rosamund Pike, Jenna Malone, Donald Sutherland and Tallulah Riley. It certainly didn't take long for the actress to begin making waves in the industry, with her going on to land a role on the long-running series Doctor Who in one of the most popular episodes, Blink, before going on to star in An Education, for which she earned an Academy Award nomination, Never Let Me Go, Shame, and then of course The Great Gatsby, where she played Daisy Buchanan alongside Leonardo DiCaprio. Now of course Daisy Buchanan is an iconic character in American literature, and it speaks volumes that Carey Mulligan, a British actress, would land the coveted role. Coming in at 2, Hugh Laurie.
It's a long shot. I don't even remember the C-reactive protein level.
Obviously you do. You just don't know it.
You can all rest easy now, Hugh Laurie has finally made it onto our list. A lot, and I mean a lot of you were a tad upset that I left him off our part 1. Well, here he is folks. Hugh Laurie was born and raised in Oxfordshire, England, with his first major role coming in 1983 when he starred in the TV series Al Fresco, before going on to play the Prince Regent in Blackadder III. However, most Americans will know him from the TV drama House, which ran for 8 seasons from 2004 to 2012. Back in the day, Hugh started a comedy troupe with fellow actors Emma Thompson and Stephen Fry, which is perhaps one of the most British things to ever occur. However, most wouldn't even recognise Hugh sporting his native accent, with him making waves on House and Veep, absolutely crushing both dialects. And finally, coming in at number 1, Henry Cavill.
I remember hearing stories about witches.
Perhaps the only person who can outrank Hugh Laurie right now is of course the Witcher himself, Henry Cavill, an actor who is all over the internet right now with the latest trailer dropping for his new Netflix series The Witcher, based on the popular video game and book series. However, did you know that Henry Cavill was born in Jersey Channel Islands, which if you don't know is a British Crown dependency. He first found his way onto our screens in 2007 when he starred in Stardust, before later going on to land a recurring role on The Tudors, which ran from 2007 to 2010. However, the role that truly shot this actor into the Hollywood limelight was Man of Steel, where this British actor played America's most famous superhero, Superman, an iconic role that could have only been gifted to a Brit. Coming in at 10, Hugh Jackman. I mean, of course he's on our list. While most at this point may know this actor doesn't hail from the States, some younger viewers may not.
Lugs, you gonna strip lighting flakes off. Yeah. You know, this is the least. No one's gonna pay to ride.
Star of X-Men, Les Miserables, Greatest Showman, and Prisoners, Hugh Jackman was actually born and raised in New South Wales, Australia, appearing early on in his career in shows such as Corelli and Snowy River before landing his breakout role in 2000's X-Men as Logan, aka Wolverine. After that, his career well and truly took off, with the actor being one of the most sought after in the industry, appearing in works such as Van Helsing, The Prestige, and The Frontrunner. It took years for folks to learn that this actor was an Aussie, with his American accent being better than most Americans. Don't fight me on that. Coming in at 9, Jason Clarke. Jason Clarke is an incredibly versatile actor with roles in films such as Mudbound, Everest, Zero Dark 30, Pet Sematary, and First Man.
That's definitely not Boston. Here we go. Okay, so what do you think?
Wow. This whole place is ours?
However, thanks to his flawless American dialect, many don't even realise that this actor hails from Queensland, Australia. Jason began his career in his mid-20s, appearing in TV shows such as Water Rats and Blue Heelers, before landing a recurring role on the popular soap opera Home and Away. His big international break was when he landed a role alongside Shia LaBeouf and Michael Douglas in Wall Street Money Never Sleeps, before going on to appear in Lawless, Texas Killing Fields, and Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. This dude just doesn't stop. Coming in at 8, Emily de Raven.
This is our appetizer.
She's supposed to be back. She's not back.
What am I now, one of your suspects?
You act like one.
My dad needs to take care of people. He just doesn't know what's going on right now.
What's going on right now?
Emily de Raven has popped up in many smash hits over the years, mostly opting for smaller indie roles but once in a while landing a big Hollywood gig. De Raven of course shot to fame when she starred as Claire Littleton in Lost, which ran from 2004 to 2010. However, prior to that she also appeared in the popular TV series Roswell as Tess Harding. Many still don't know that de Raven is Australian, with the actress being born and raised in Mount Eliza, Victoria. However, she didn't always want to be an actress. When she was 15, she was accepted at the highly selective Australian Ballet School in Melbourne, before dropping out and undertaking acting and landing her first role in the TV series Beastmaster. As of now, you won't find de Raven in much, with the star just last year wrapping on Once Upon a Time. However, she does have one TV movie in the works called Scorned, which is set to be released next year. Coming in at 7, Joel Edgerton.
I didn't even know she was sick. I never even got the chance to say goodbye to my own mother.
Joel Edgerton is a highly sought after actor these days, with a career that ranges from comedy, drama, horror to full-scale action films, with the actor appearing in works such as The Gift, The Great Gatsby, Red Sparrow, It Comes at Night, and Midnight Special. However, little did some fans know, Joel Edgerton was born and raised in New South Wales, Australia. His brother Nash is also in the industry, but as a stunt coordinator, even being Joel's stunt double on a handful of films, including The Great Gatsby, Zero Dark 30, and The Night We Called It a Day. day. Joel attended the Nepean Drama School in 1994, with the actor finally breaking into the industry in 2001 when he starred in the Australian TV series The Secret Life of Us, before landing his big international break in Star Wars Episode II Attack of the Clones, playing Owen Lars. Coming in at 6, Dominic Purcell. Born in England and raised in Australia, this Legends of Tomorrow star shocked everyone when it was revealed that he was in fact an Aussie.
Lee Harvey Oswald, John Wilkes Booth, Lincoln Burroughs. I'm gonna go down in history with these freaks.
This actor shot to fame when he appeared in Fox's hit 2005 TV series Prison Break, with the actor playing a wrongly convicted prisoner on death row. However, most will know him from the CW show Legends of Tomorrow, in which this Aussie plays criminal arsonist Heatwave. When growing up in Australia, Purcell lived a very blue-collar lifestyle and turned to a life of acting after growing bored of landscaping, following which time he enrolled in the Western Australia Academy of Performing Arts, with the actor being a classmate of fellow actor Hugh Jackman. Well, he clearly picked up some good tricks at school, because the actor masks his Aussie accent incredibly well, to the point that it still shocks some longtime fans when they hear him speak in his native accent. Coming in at 5, Rose Byrne.
I'd like to take this opportunity to honor Lil and Doug with a short poem I penned while sitting on a swing in an exclusive resort in Talafaniki.
The secret Aussie rose to fame back in 2004 when she was cast in Troy alongside Brad Pitt, before going on to star in 28 Weeks Later, Bridesmaids, X-Men, and of course Insidious. Aside from Neighbours, you'll never find Rose Byrne speaking in her native accent on screen, with the actress mostly doing American or English accents, and nailing both of them time and time again. However, little did we know she was actually born in Sydney, New South Wales, with the actress making it big down under before relocating to the States and hitting the big leagues in Hollywood. As it stands, this Aussie is currently filming the TV series Mrs. America, where she plays Gloria Steinem, a real-life American feminist, journalist, and social political activist. So of course, they turned to an Aussie to get the job done. Coming in at 4, Nicole Kidman.
An obligation to your own sanity.
I am attended by doctors everywhere. I am attended by doctors who inform me of my own interests.
Academy Award-winning actress Nicole Kidman has been in the entertainment industry since she was a teenager, appearing in films such as Moulin Rouge, The Hours, for which she earned the Academy Award, Cold Mountain, and The Others. However, many still don't know that this starlet is actually Australian, whether she was born in Hawaii to Aussie parents before moving down under once again. Her first film was one of my personal favourites, BMX Bandits, before hitting the big leagues in the States, starring in Days of Thunder, Far and Away, and To Die For. Famously, the actress married Tom Cruise, with the pair sharing 2 children together before they parted ways in 2002. Nicole is now appearing in the popular HBO series Big Little Lies alongside some other heavyweight actresses, including Reese Witherspoon, Laura Dern, Shailene Woodley, Zoe Kravitz, and Meryl Streep. And in more recent news, it has been confirmed that she will be starring in the new Ryan Murphy film The Prom, alongside Meryl Streep, Ariana Grande, and James Corden. The film is set to be released in 2020. Coming in at 3, Travis Fimmel. Oh, Ragnar Lothbrok. Gone too soon. Travis Fimmel played the beloved character on Vikings for 4 seasons, with few fans knowing that he actually hails from Victoria, Australia. The actor first hit our screens back in 2003 when he appeared in the Tarzan TV series, before going on to star in Vikings, Warcraft, and Maggie's Plan.
I always knew in my heart that I would see you again. But I never guessed that it would be in such circumstances.
Who can guess the plans and ways of the gods?
Far and Away, Vikings is his most notable performance, with the actor absolutely slaying the somewhat Old Norse/Swedish accent. The Aussie star was raised on a 5,500-acre dairy farm back in Lockington, Victoria, before moving to London and then on to the States. As it stands, he is set to appear in an Untitled television series about Wyatt Earp, where he will of course be playing the American frontiersman. Another accent I'm sure he'll absolutely nail. Coming in at 2, Cate Blanchett. Ah, great Kate.
Dearest, there are no accidents, and no explanation I offer will satisfy you.
Best known for her roles in Cattrall, Blue Jasmine, Lord of the Rings, and The Aviator. Did you know this successful actress was actually born in Melbourne back in 1969? The actress made it big back in the 90s when she appeared in the TV miniseries Heartland, Elizabeth, The Talented Mr. Ripley, and Babel. She has over 70 credits to her name and has been nominated for 6 Academy Awards, winning 2 for Blue Jasmine and The Aviator. It's hard to tell that this actress hails from down under, with the star nailing every single accent she is required to do for a role, particularly the English accents, with Lord of the Rings and Notes on a Scandal being some of her best performances. Honestly guys, great Kate can do no wrong, and if you haven't seen Cattrall yet, do it. It's one of the greatest films to be made in the last decade. Honestly, I made this list just so I could talk about Cattrall. And finally, coming in at number 1, Margot Robbie.
Daddy shouldn't waste his time. And from now on, it's gonna be nothing but short skirts around the house.
Now, unless you were paying attention to Margot Robbie's brief cameo appearance in The Big Short, then you might not be aware that she actually hails from Queensland, Australia, born in 1990. Yep, this actress is just 3 years older than me, and I'm well and truly triggered. She made her big break on Australian television when she landed the role of Donna Brown in the long-running series Neighbours before heading to the States to star in the short-lived series Pan Am. However, the film that gave her the biggest break was The Wolf of Wall Street, where she absolutely nailed the Brooklyn accent. This was perhaps the first film folks saw her in, which only added more confusion when they discovered she wasn't in fact American. For the most part, you'll never find Margot doing her native accent in a film, aside from the aforementioned Big Short, with the actress appearing in Suicide Squad, I, Tonya, Mary Queen of Scots, and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, all of which she either did an American accent or an English one. As it stands, she has been nominated for just 1 Oscar, but I can only predict there'll be more coming.